What's really good? It's your boy Aaron Bevins, the Millennial Entrepreneur, and today is the beginning of fourth quarter. We are here, the red zone, the end zone. This is where, for many people, the last 9 months are going to show up to either make or break you. But for other people who are just getting started, this is perfect time to get ahead of your competition because in fourth quarter is when everybody gets lazy and they want to party and they want to let their foot off the gas. But I've been preaching this for years. For those of you who have been following my content since 2017, 2018, I've always said fourth quarter is when winners win, shooters shoot, and lots of momentum is built. It's statistically been our most profitable quarter in every single one of the businesses, the three businesses that I own. And the reason why is because, again, while most people make excuses and say that people aren't buying and selling during this time, is when you come in and you're focused on your key behaviors and you're building momentum and you're making things happen in your business. So with that said, I'm very excited because we're at the beginning of fourth quarter, guys. And in our 60-day challenge, our goal is to hit $250,000 in inked assignments and conservative projected income. We are currently at day 43, and as of right now, we're at $229,000 in inked contracts. $103,000 of that total are from JVs from those of you in the audience, which I'm incredibly excited because you guys took action. You guys JV'd with me. You guys know the cause, the vision, the mission. And we're actually generating, contracting those deals and closing on them, finding buyers for them and doing them together. That was the goal from the beginning, right? After we hit that first deal, right? We said, how cool would it be if we actually closed on these deals together and removed the excuses from everybody who watches this series, showing them that this is indeed the greatest business that you can possibly start because it's so cash heavy, it's so easy, the barrier of entry is so low. As long as you have good work ethic, you have good personal human being ethic, you're honest and you're transparent, you can do amazing things wholesaling real estate. So right now we're at $229,000 in 43 days in inked contracts. We have 17 days to hit $21,000 in inked contracts in order to hit goal. So today's theme, we're going to be talking about comps. I'm actually not going to be going live. I'm not going to be going live. I'm live right now. What I meant to say is I'm not going to be making live calls today. I might do a couple because there's some deals that we have to lock in, but I'm going to be actually going over some of the FAQs, the frequently asked questions from you guys. I'm going to be engaging with you guys, and we're going to switch it up because, look, I'll be honest with you. You know what I mean? We got 17 days, and I'm not resting on my laurels or anything like that, but I am 1,000,000 bajillion% confident. I'll put my whole name on it that we're going to absolutely generate $21,000 in signed contracts in the next 17 days. I mean, there's just no doubt in my mind. But I wanted to make the highest and best use of today's time because it's Saturday. I know a lot of you guys you're busy. You have things that you want to do with your family and in business and things like that. And so I'm going to take this next 45 minutes or so, and we're going to be talking about comps, how to run your numbers in a changing market, how to find your ARV, what is the premise for finding the ARV, why is this so important, and we're also going to review our offer formula. Now, why are we going to be going over these things? We're going over these things because I always get this question, Aaron, how do I know what to offer, especially in this changing market? Aaron, I don't want to make the mistake of not offering enough and not performing on the contract because I offered too much and I wasn't conservative enough. All right. So I want you guys taking action. I want you guys making offers. And here's the standard. Here's the standard. We want to make accurate offers. Okay. We want to make accurate offers. And we want to make the offers on the phone with the seller, the first contact we have with them. What do we mean when we say accurate offers? That means we want to be conservative when we talk about the value of our property. We want to be conservative. Why? Because we're in a correcting market right now in terms of single family residence. Shout out to Bang Peach Mango. 0 grams of sugar. All right. Little to no sodium. Total carbohydrates is 0, but it's got vitamin 12, potassium, you know what I mean? Vitamin B6, vitamin C, you know what I'm saying? So if y'all want to know the secret to the energy, bang on them. All right. But let's keep it. So the market is correcting. And with a correcting market, right, we need to know how to make offers, and the best bet is to be conservative. So we're going to go over what that means to be conservative when running your numbers and finding your ARV. What's the ARV? The after repair value. We're going to go over that, and then we're going to go over the offer formula. What do I mean by offer formula? The offer formula, this is how you estimate your rehab costs, build in your profit, and make the offer to the seller on the phone. Because remember our standards when it comes to running numbers and making offers. Standard number 1, we want to make accurate offers. I'm going to show you how to do that today. Standard number 2 is you want to make the offer on the first phone call. Why? Speed wins deals. Speed wins deals. Okay, that's how you're going to close these deals. Your competitors, you know what they're going to do? I'm telling you what they're going to do. Your competitors are going to talk to the seller, try to build some rapport, chummy, woo, 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 and then they're going to say, okay, I'm going to call you back tomorrow with an offer. They might not even call back the next day, but they're going to allow all that time, 12 to 24 hours pass before they contact that seller. I want you swooping in with the wings of an eagle, speed, accuracy on the phone, promising them, setting the expectation with the seller the way I've been demonstrating over the last 43 days, setting the expectation by the end of this call, I'm going to have an offer for you, dangling that carrot before them. Why? Is it being manipulative? No, it's incentivizing them to stay on the phone with you if they're serious. So I want you doing that, following the script. And then what do you do? Honor your word and make them the offer. Now, the only way to do that is to make sure that you can run accurate comps within 3 to 5 minutes. And that's what I want to go over with you today, okay? So ARV, how to come up with our ARV, and we want to go over the offer formula, okay? I'm hyped about this, guys. I'm super hyped about this. And I'm going to ask one thing of you in return. Those of you who are watching live, those of you who are on the replay, I'm going to ask something of you. Engage with me. I've been going live daily, all right, Monday through Friday for the last 43 days straight. And the most difficult thing about this is keeping this same energy, right, every single day on these lives, talking to myself in the camera. So when I see you guys engaging with me, letting me know what city you're in, what state you're in, it hypes me up. I get to answer questions, I get to engage, and it's a reminder that there's a whole movement of people who are taking action. And it reminds me that I'm doing this for you guys because my business already exists. I don't need to be doing this. The reality is I'm doing it to serve you guys. So with that said, if you're in the comment section right now, let me know, even if you're in the replay world or if you're live, especially right now, put in the comment section what city and what state you're marketing in, because your vibe attracts your tribe. And if you're here right now, it's because you're on the same frequency as us. And the individuals right here networking, masterminding, connecting in the comment section could be your next business partners, the next people you do deals with, your next lenders, people that are rich and you don't even know that they actually have a whole operation and they need one piece, and maybe you can fit that piece and y'all make a lot of money together. Connect with one another in the comment section, and we're gonna make this thing happen. I'm super excited. Right after this intro, I'm gonna give you guys a shout out, and we're gonna get right into the meat and potatoes. Let's get it.
If you're not closing deals today, your business is dying.
I just really think you don't like my assignment fees. But it's all good though, cause I'll double close. Ask me how much did I make, only my mother knows. Now I'm at the dealership like I own one of those. I just made 100,000 right under your nose. 10 bands, 50 band Q Miller. My pipeline like Godzilla. Please do not play with my Skrilla. Attorney on deck, he a killer, yeah. Beat on my chest like gorilla. Me and winning are familiar, yeah. Me and the whole lot familiar. Neapolitan vanilla, yeah, that's mixed up, not messed up.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Very, very hyped about everything we have going on. And before I start shouting you guys out, I have to say this. I am so proud of every single one of you who have been showing up consistently and you have been taking action. You've been overcoming your fears. You've been making it happen in your business against all odds. The world may not know your story, but many of you have shared it with me. And so you know that I empathize with you. I feel for you. Many of you are single parents. Many of you are struggling with the 9 to 5 and you just want to make enough money wholesaling part-time so you can quit your job. Many of you have just gone full-time and money is tight, and so you're bootstrapping in business. And but here's the thing that we all have in common. You're taking massive imperfect action consistently. You're doing the small behaviors consistently. And for that, I tip my hat off to you, because you're doing something that 95% of the rest of the population will never do. And you're taking a leap and going out on faith, and you're betting on yourself. And this is why many of you are seeing so much success. And so I got to shout you guys out. Shout out to my man, Leo. What's good, my guy out of sub 2, absolute rock star. We appreciate you, bro. What's goody, what's goody? Eddie Charger says, what's up, everybody? He says, Aaron Bevins, you the man. No, I am the servant. You are the man, my guy. Shout out to my guy Jay Yanez in the building. Paul Sullivan, guys, watch out for this guy. I think Paul Sullivan is really going to make some noise this next 12 months. I have a good feeling about it. Let's see if he proves me wrong or not. He's out of Ohio. We got Joey Zamat in the building taking notes. I love it. I promise you guys, make sure you stay to the end. It will be worth every single bit. We have a shorter episode today, but we're going to be talking about running numbers, running comps, making offers, all right, and our standards. And I'm going to be drilling down some principles that are going to make you a lot of money. So if you're excited about this, put fire emojis in the comment section. Let's boost the algorithms and share this out to as many people as possible. Let's change the way this game is played. Let's engage with one another in the community. George Seaton says, anyone closing deals in North Carolina, hit me up and buyer. And anybody who does reach out to George, make sure that you let him know that you met him and heard about him through this platform. You know what I mean? On the live calls with Aaron. Because I want to build up the community, right? We have higher standards than just being here and showing up and being present and having energy and, you know what I mean, just the sizzle. We're actually doing deals. So if y'all do deals together, share it with the community. You know what I mean? Too many of you guys who are successful are being humble and not saying anything because you're in fear that whenever you share your successes, people are going to think you're bragging. In this community, it's called testifying. In this community, it's called inspiration. All right, Jermaine Green says, what's good, my guy? Here to learn and get this value. What's good, what's good? YouTube World says, man with the plan. Are these leads or prospects? Normally, whenever I'm calling leads. All right, man with the plan says, where is the script? If you want the script, DM me on Facebook and I will send you the script. By the way, guys, those of you who want resources and you want help taking your business to the next level, all right, here's a little shameless plug because of the amazing things that we're doing. Go to yourwholesalebiz.com and go schedule a strategy session with me. It's free. Now, who is this strategy session for? This is for anybody who wants to turn wholesaling real estate into a business that's hitting 6 figures or more with predictability. Now, this is for people who are ready to invest in themselves. If you don't have any money to invest, you're not ready for this. Stay with the free stuff and make some money. Then when you're ready to invest in yourself and take your business to the next level, that's when you go to Your Wholesale Biz. You book a strategy session with me, and what we'll do is I'll get to know your situation, and if it makes sense, I'll show you what I have to offer and what that looks like, and you get to decide whether you want to be a part of it. But no matter what, you always get value. So go to yourwholesalebiz.com, go schedule a free strategy session with me, and let's see if we're a good fit for me to coach you on the next level. But let's say that you're not interested in that, you're just here to make 6 figures as a lucrative side hustle. I love you too, and thank you for supporting and watching this. And so shout out to all of you guys. Houston, Texas is in the building. Ivan, what's good? YouTube World says live in Rockville, Maryland, but I'm doing the whole DMV and Central Florida. Georgia in the building. Atlanta. Atlanta shows up crazy, y'all. Every single time. Man with the Plan says in YouTube, he says, I really just want to say thank you for providing the value to the community, bro. I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, so today we're going over how to run our numbers, all right? So whenever it comes to running comps, what do we mean when we say running comps? When we say running comps, we're talking about comparables. Comps is short for comparables. Now, a comparable means if my property is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2005, 1,500 square foot property, I want to look for properties that are apples to apples. I want to look for properties that are comparable. I want to look for properties that are similar. Why? Because properties that are similar that have sold in the last 6 months give me an idea of the value of my property. All right, is everybody following? If I have the value of my property now, I can estimate my rehab and determine my offer on this deal. But I can't determine my offer. I can't determine my profit. I can't determine anything unless I start with the proper value of the property. Okay? So here's the question, Aaron, how do I establish the value of the property? Well, you have to find comps. Comps are short for comparables, and comparables are going to be determined by this criteria. I'm going to share my screen, and let's hop right into the meat and potatoes. All right. This is how to determine your comps. All right. If you're on your phone right now, just turn your screen horizontally and it'll give you a better experience of the appraisal rules that I'm putting on the screen. These appraisal rules are going to determine your comparables. This is how you establish your ARV. Now remember the standard, guys. I want you learning how to establish your ARV within 3 to 5 minutes. Why? Because on the script that I show you guys, you put them on hold and you say, give me a few minutes to establish my numbers and make sure that this is even something that I fits my criteria, right? And then once you do that, you're gonna take the 3 to 5 minutes to run your comps based on your appraisal rules. Okay, so here are the appraisal rules for running comps. We want to only run comps for properties that are within 200 square feet of our subject property. So if my subject property is 1,000 square feet, then I want my comps to be within 800 to 1,200 square feet. We want our comps to be within 5 years of construction. Why? Because if my property was built in 1990, I can't call a comp a property that was built in 2020. That's a 30-year difference. So what we want, what appraisers like to see, is properties that have sold within 5 years of construction. Meaning, if my property was built in 2000, I want to search, ideally, for properties that were built within 1995 and 2005. Okay? Does that make sense to everybody? You want also to be the same property type. I cannot emphasize this enough, guys. A single-story home does not comp with a 2-story home. But Aaron, the square footage is the same. They're both 1,500 square foot. And Aaron, they're both built in the same year. But one property is a single story and your property is a 2-story. It is not a comp. Why do I say that? Guys, I have learned this the hard way, man. I have learned this the hard way. I bought a property. I leveraged $200,000 in private money, and I bought a property thinking that it was worth $270,000. And the comp that I was using the whole time to determine my $740,000 ARV was a one-story home, and my property was a two-story home. And then when I went to sell it, the appraiser came back and said, your property is not worth that much. And I was like, why? I have a comp that says 275. And the appraiser says, that's a one-story home. Yours is a two-story home. Boom. You cannot comp a two-story home with a one-story home. Is everybody clear on that? If you're not clear on that, then I want you to put it in the comment section and let's argue, let's debate. This is a digital, you guys are here, you have a voice, I respect your voice. If you have a differing opinion, that's fine, but I'm going off of what the appraisers say. All right? And the appraisers say it's got to be the same property type. All right? Is everybody with me on that? Because I don't want you running your numbers and then getting mad at me whenever the deal doesn't sell because you thought your ARV was 250,000 and your ARV is really 180 because you're comping your deal wrong. Lot size must be within 2,500 square feet. All right. What does that mean, guys? If your subject property is a 0.14 acres and your comparable property is 2 acres, it is not a comparable. I hate to sound like I'm preaching this whole time, you know what I mean? But guys, this is why wholesalers get a bad name. Wholesalers get a bad name because you don't do your numbers right. And I'm showing you right now how to do your numbers. If you do your numbers right, is it going to be a stronger filter? Does it mean you're going to get less contracted deals? Yes, but it also means that you're going to get better quality deals and they're actually going to sell. All right, here's the next criteria. We don't want to cross major roads. Why? Because in most cities, what's a major road, by the way? It's a double-lined road. Everything that's not a double-line road, all right, everything that's a single-line road, those are streets, but you don't want to cross major roads, which are double-lined roads, major traffic roads, and freeways. You don't want to cross those. If you cross a freeway, it's not a comp. If you cross a double-line road, it's not a comp. All right, you don't want to leave the subdivision. By the way, guys, I'm not angry. I'm just passionate about this, right? Because these are some of the biggest questions that I get. By the way, guys, if you know anybody who needs to know how to run numbers, if you know anybody who wants to know how to run comps, tag them in this. Comment below. Engage with me. Ask questions, because the more engagement we have, the more people we're able to show this to. Share this out. You know what I mean? That's your repayment. All right, don't cross freeways. We just touched on that. All right, now this one's important right here. Y'all see this one right here? It says you're gonna subtract 20, and I'm gonna add here $20,000 to $30,000 for any traffic next to homes that are $500,000 or more in ARV. All right, why? And what do we mean by traffic? I don't mean a street, but I mean a double-line road or freeway. Why? Because if your property has a high ARV, but it is next to high traffic, it's now less valuable because it's less desirable, because people don't like to have high traffic next to their homes. Think about your customer, your end buyer. Think about your consumer, right? Nobody wants to be off of a main road or a highway. So you have to subtract the value. So if your comp is $500,000, but your comp is in the middle of a cul-de-sac in a nice, cute neighborhood that's secluded, but your subject property is next to a freeway, you got to subtract $20,000 from that. Is everybody with me? Are y'all with me on that? All right. Here's the next thing, guys. We got to blitz through this because we only have about 20 minutes, and I'm going over not only how to establish the ARV, but I'm going to establish how to make an offer. All right. So watch this. So let's say I'm comping the property. Shout out to my man Robert Sutcliffe, by the way, guys. Robert Sutcliffe is an absolutely incredible human being. This is somebody who understands life on a level, you know, that people Only people who have lived multiple lifetimes have as much wisdom as this gentleman, and he's a young man. He's helped many people to produce incredible results in their lives. His name is Robert Sutcliffe. Go follow him. He drops incredible content. He's with the EXP. He's doing amazing things, leading the new generation of realtors and investors and entrepreneurs. He says, let me know if you have some you want to buy and partner in. We'll put the money. I love it. And Robert, I may take you up on that. I may take you up on that. Shout out to YouTube. Shout out right now, guys. We have 95 people live across all platforms on a Saturday, which is crazy. All right, let's continue with our appraisal rules. We're gonna, if their property has a pool and ours doesn't, we're gonna subtract 10,000 from the value. If their property compares with ours and it's the nearest one and theirs has an additional a bedroom and ours doesn't, we're gonna subtract $10,000 from our value. If our comp does not back traffic, but ours backs traffic, we're gonna have to subtract $10,000 from the value. Take notes, guys, and screenshot this. If the property is, if our property is not fronting traffic, but our property is fronting traffic, appraisal rule says that we're gonna have to subtract $15,000 off of the value of our house. If our comparable does not back the freeway, but our subject property backs the freeway, we're going to have to subtract $20,000 from the value. If the comparable property has a garage and your property does not have a garage, you have to subtract $10,000 from your garage and vice versa. Is everybody with me? If your subject property if your comparable property has a carport and your property does not have a carport, then you have to subtract 5,000 from the value. Y'all see what Robin Hurt says? She says appraiser will only give two no matter the cost of the pool. All right, I love it. Thank you for clarifying that, Robin. Robert says, you're too kind, brother. Thank you for the kind words. Let's go. We're always ready and would be a pleasure to partner with you. Keep sharing these nuggets and blessing many. And you do the same, Robert. I always appreciate the validation from very credible people who are doing big things in the city. Guys, Robert Sutcliffe is an absolute legend. To have him on here, just giving some time and giving kind words like this, I'm honored and I appreciate you, Robert. And let's make a whole lot of money together over the next 12 to 24 months, bro. With that said, guys, these are the appraisal rules. Before I move on to how we actually make the offer, this right here gives us an idea of what is our criteria for a comparable to determine our value. All right, so does anybody have any questions about these appraisal rules whenever we're finding our ARV? Does anybody have any questions? If so, put them in the comment section, whether you're on YouTube, whether you're on Facebook, whether you're on LinkedIn, put your questions in the comment sections. And what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna go over now our offer formula. So let's say you use your appraisal rules, guys. You use your appraisal rules to now establish that the ARV of the subject property is 200,000. Let's say we use the appraisal rules and we look for all the properties that were within 5-year construction. They're the same property type. They're within 2,500 square foot lot size. They're within 200 square foot square footage. They're within the same subdivision. They're apples to apples, and I determine that the ARV of my property is 200,000. Now, based on the condition of the property, I need to make an offer. How do I make an offer? Well, it's based on the offer formula. So what we're going to go over right now, guys, is the offer formula. All right? And this is where a lot of people get choked up, okay? Because you don't want to make a mistake. And you want to make sure that you're making the right offer, because if the person says yes, many of you are not even scared if the person says no. Some of you guys are terrified if the seller says yes, because if the seller says yes, you're like, oh my God, I just want to make sure that I actually perform on this deal. Plus, I want to actually make some money, right? So how do I know what to offer on the deal? Well, we have about 3 tiers for our offer formula. And I've gotten this formula from my own experience, coupled with utilizing what Brent Daniels uses, what Jamil Damji uses, what many people in my masterminds use, and what I know that hard money lenders in my company are using. But I just want you to know that what I'm about to share with you in regards to the offer formula is not regurgitated info that I read on some Google forum and got from some webinar seminar and now I'm giving it to you. No, this is true, tried, tested stuff that's working right now in our business. It's making us hundreds of thousands of dollars right now. It's making hundreds of thousands of dollars for people all over the community. It's actually working. Take notes on this, screenshot this, and make it happen. Okay? I hope everybody's with me here. So what is the offer formula once I have identified my ARV? Well, the first offer formula is what we called the cosmetic rehab. Now, a cosmetic rehab means that the property is only going to need cosmetics and maybe HVAC. Okay, what is cosmetics? I'm talking about paint, flooring, baseboards, landscaping, doors. That's a cosmetic rehab. We can offer 62% of the ARV for a cosmetic rehab. Many people say, Aaron, you're too conservative. Well, you got to understand, I have mentees and students from Connecticut to Sacramento, from Utah to Texas. So, and I need to make sure that people are making money in their offers, and so it's better to err on the side of being conservative and making money. But hey, here's the thing. Here's why my business is making multiple six figures every year. Here's why my business has an admin that is running my operations, and it's automated. You know what I mean? It's leaner than it's ever been, but it's also more profitable than it's ever been. And there's a reason why. It's because I use formulas in my business, and I'm sharing it with you. Screenshot this and use it. That means once you establish what the ARV is, using the appraisal rules that I just spent the first 30 minutes of this live sharing with you, all right, you're going to, if it's a cosmetic rehab, you're going to offer 62% of the ARV as your MAO, as your maximum allowable offer, meaning that is the highest offer. Built into that offer is a $5,000 to $10,000 assignment fee, depending on how good you do on your dispo. Now, that means if the house is worth $100,000 ARV and you see that this is a cosmetic rehab, you're going to be offering $62,000 as your MAO. If you're a savage, if you're a shark, if you're James Bond with it, if you're really trying to get these really juicy assignment fees, if you want your deal so big that it boosts the economy, then you're not going to offer your MAO first. You're going to anchor low. That means if your ARV is $100,000, your MAO at 62%, cosmetic rehab is 62. I'm going to be starting at 40,000 because I know I could probably sell it at 70,000. That's how you lock up the $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 deals, guys. And by the way, I'm not teaching you anything that I'm not willing to do myself. I'm not showing you anything and teaching you anything that my company doesn't already do in an automated way. And I'm not showing you and telling you to do anything that my community isn't already doing and making a whole lot of money doing. If you do this, guys, you're turning it into a formula that will allow you to make offers while you're on the phone. Guys, you remember the standard when it comes to getting your ARV and making an offer. The two standards. Standard number one is you want your offers to be accurate, meaning be conservative with your appraisal rules. And number two, the second standard is you want that offer to be given over the phone. Why? Because speed wins deals and time kills deals. Don't be one of these wholesalers that does all the discovery over the phone and then they get off the phone and say, I'll call you back with an offer. God, I can't stand that. That's how you lose money. If you want to lose money, keep doing that. Because all the people that I train and all of the people on my team are going to make the offer on the phone. And if we call them in between the last time you talk to them while they're waiting for your offer, we're going to contract them on the phone. while you're still waiting to run numbers. All right, so that's a cosmetic rehab. The second category of rehabs are what we call gut rehabs. Now, a gut rehab is it's a rehab that is going to need at least 2 to 3 of the structural and mechanical big five. What is the big five? The big five are foundation, roof, electrical, plumbing, HVAC, heating, ventilation, and air conditioning, right? Those are the big five. Okay, if the property is going to need 2 to 3 of those items, then it's called a gut rehab. And a gut rehab, we can offer 40 to 45% of the ARV. So let's say and by the way, remember these numbers are the MAO. That means if the ARV of this property, subject property, is $100,000, the gut rehab, this is a gut rehab, meaning it's going to need electrical, roof, and foundation. That means I can offer $40,000 to $45,000 as my MAO. And if I'm a shark or a savage and I want a whale of a deal, I'm going to be offering less than that. Somebody might ask, Aaron, who in their right mind would sell their property at 40 cents on the dollar? Distressed homeowner. That's who. People who are facing debt, death, disease, divorce, and distressed real estate. Tired landlord. That's who. Code violations. That's who. Vacant real estate homeowners who live out of state, who inherited the property through probate, and they're already overwhelmed with their own financial concerns, and now they just inherited a property that they're getting hit with code violations, and taxes are building up every single year, and the house is distressed, and they don't have $40,000-$50,000 to fix up the property to sell it retail, so they're going to sell it as is to somebody like me. They're going to sell it and they're going to get the contract done. They're going to go under contract with somebody like me, and I'm going to sell the contract, and I'm going to get them speed and convenience. That's who will take 40 to 45 cents on the dollar. All right. All right. And so, but there's a third category, guys. And the third category is what we call a structural rehab. A structural rehab is a house that is going to need all 5 of the structural and mechanical items. All right, all 5. And what I mean by all 5 is it's going to need a roof, it's going to need a foundation, it's going to need electrical, it's going to need plumbing, it's going to need HVAC, in addition to cosmetic. All right, then that's called a structural rehab. And in that case, we can offer 20 to 35% of the ARV as a maximum allowable offer. What does that mean? Again, I'm just emphasizing for retention so you guys don't leave here doing the wrong thing and getting stupid deals under contract, then coming to my DMs and asking me to sell an unsellable deal. I'm not upset, I'm not angry, but guys, we have to regulate ourselves, you know what I mean, so that we don't give a bad name to wholesaling, to this underground world where we're making so much money. You know what I mean? Because we're not regulated. But let's keep it that way for as long as humanly possible by making sure we're ethical, by making sure we know our numbers, by making sure we're operating like professional businesses, and we have formulas next to our business and not emotion. All right? So 20 to 35%. Now, I just want to, again, I want to repeat this for retention. This means that this is your MAO. If the ARV in a structural rehab was $100,000, but it's a structural rehab, meaning it's going to need all 5 of the big 5 items, structural and mechanic, meaning roof, foundation, electric, plumbing, and heating, ventilation, and air conditioning, plus cosmetic. My MAO on that deal is going to be about $30,000 to $35,000. But if I'm a real shark, I'm going to anchor lower than that. Why? Because I want a bigger spread. Does everybody understand this? This is how you come up with the best deals, guys. You're conservative using the appraisal rules for your ARV. And then you use this formula that I've showed you. You use the 62% for cosmetic rehab. Screenshot it, screenshot it. You do the 40 to 45% for gut rehab, screenshot it, and you do 20 to 35% of ARV as an MAO for structural rehab. Screenshot it, it's right here. I'm literally giving you guys the formula to go out right now and start getting on the phone, and every single lead that is on the phone with you after running the script that I have showed you and demonstrated every single day, Monday through Friday over the last 43 days, I have showed you guys and demonstrated and ran the script. I'm showing you now the numbers based on very clear-cut criteria on how to make offers over the phone. There's no reason why every single one of you who've been tuned into these lives over the last 43 days and who are going to be watching over the next 17 days until I hit goal, right? There's no reason why every single one of you doesn't go and gather 2 to 3 deals over the next 30 days, get them closed, start making a crap ton of money, then go schedule a call with me. Go to yourwholesalebiz.com, schedule a call with me so that I can help you turn this now into a business where you're hitting 6 figures with predictability. I don't even want to talk to you. And by the way, I don't mean this in a bad way. I mean this in a loving way. I don't even want to talk to you in a strategy session if you don't have money to invest. Why? Because I'm mean and ugly and capitalists are evil and selfish? No, because I'm showing you here on these lives how to make hundreds of thousands of dollars. Just stay here and get the free stuff if you need the money and you're broke. If you need money and you're broke, get the lot. But if when you're ready to turn this into a business that's doing 6 figures with predictability, and you're ready for that next level of coaching, go to yourwholesalebiz.com, schedule a free strategy session with me. We're going to take 30, 40 to 45 minutes. We're going to look into your business. We're going to assess where you are, and I'm going to see if we're a good fit. I'm going to give you criteria, and I'm going to give you strategy on that and value in that. But if it makes sense, I'm also going to let you know what I have to offer with my coaching. I believe that it is one of the most comprehensive and progressive coaching programs in the game, and that's why we're getting the results that we are. Shameless plug, I gotta just throw that out there. With that said, guys, we've been on this call for 41 minutes and we've gone over so much. Let's just do a quick recap. We have gone over how to establish the ARV of the property, which is the foundation of a good offer. The ARV is the after repair value. We established how to determine the ARV, and basically what that looked like, just as a quick little recap, is I showed you guys how to utilize the appraisal rules. Screenshot this if you need it. I'm pulling it back up here. How to utilize the appraisal rules to determine your ARV and find your comparable properties. You can do this using the MLS, PropStream, batch leads, right? And these are the appraisal rules that you want to utilize to determine your property's ARV. Your standard is I want you guys to be doing this and determining your ARV with these appraisal rules. I want you to get so good that you're doing this within 3 to 5 minutes. Why? Because time kills deals and speed wins deals, right? Turn your business into a formulaic, McDonaldized, systematized, automated process. Even now, as a rookie getting started, the faster you can do this, the better. Because when you run your business off of formula and process and systems, then every 6 figures you do can be hit with predictability. All right? We went over how to use the appraisal rules to establish your ARV. Once you have your ARV, we went over our 3 phases of rehab to determine our offer. A cosmetic rehab, 62% of ARV. A gut rehab, 40 to 45% of ARV is our MAO. A structural rehab, 20 to 35% of ARV is our offer as our MAO. And we said if we're really sharks, then we're going to take those percentages and anchor even lower so we can get even deeper discounts, because that's what it takes to survive in this economy over the next 12 to 36 months. As the knife continues to drop, the market continues to correct, and people continue to panic, wholesalers will continue to get rich. Guys, I love y'all to death. I am so incredibly excited about all of the value that I have coming up. Me and Logan Bentley Fulmer are going to be doing a show this coming up week. Me and Joseph Frangos are going to be doing a show coming up this week. Me and RJ Bates are going to be doing a show coming up this week. And I have so much value for you guys in store. It's not even funny. And guys, I want to give a shout out to everybody in my community. Valerie just started in my community, guys, and she did a strategy session with me at yourwholesalebiz.com. After she did that strategy session, she onboarded. We established her budget. She's currently at $70,000 in her first week coaching with me. Valerie, I am so proud of you. Keep doing what you're doing. I think you're going to be one of my rock stars over Q4. I want to give a shout out to Anthony Fontella in my community. He now has 6 doors in his portfolio. I want to give a huge shout out to a huge shout out to my man Jose Rodriguez out of Houston. He is closing deals back to back to back in my community. Just got started and now he's changing. He just got his family a house. You know what I mean? They moved out of his parents' house. It's amazing. He has a daughter. I want to give a huge shout out to Luis and Sergio. They're also in my community. They just started with me recently. They just closed a $100,000 deal recently. And this month they're projected to close and fund already in assigned, opened escrow deals, already assigned, poised to close $85,000 in this month alone. They are now turning up the notch in their business, and I love to see it. So guys, if you are looking to take your business to the next level, go to yourwholesalebiz.com, schedule a free strategy session with the kid, and let's see if we can turn your business, your hustle, into a business that's automated and hitting 6 figures without you and better because of it. With that said, guys, we've covered so much value today. Y'all know I got nothing but love for you. If you asked a question that I didn't answer, I'm going to go back and I'll respond over the next 24 hours. But I can't wait for this coming up week, guys. We have 17 more days to hit $21,000 and achieve our challenge's goal, which is $250,000 in 60 days or less. We're currently at day 53 and we have $229,000 locked up. So we didn't make any live calls today, but we will be doing live calls starting again on Monday. I love you guys to death. Continue crushing it. Drive safe. Brush your teeth. And don't smack nobody. Until next time.
If you're not closing deals today, your business is dying.
I just really think you don't like my assignment fees. But it's all good though, cause I'll double close. Ask me how much did I make, only my mother knows. Now I'm at the dealership like I own one of those. I just made 100,000 right under your nose. 10 bands, 50 band Q Miller. My pipeline like Godzilla. Please do not play with my Skrilla. Attorney on deck, he a killer, yeah. Beat on my chest like a gorilla. Me and winning are familiar, yeah. Me and the whole lot familiar.